to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore. Hell yes, hell yes, hell yes. We're going to take your AR-15. Hell yes, your AK-47. Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15.
Oh, hell no.
Hell yes, we're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Yes, we had a rough day yesterday. Well, we're back in full strength, and I want to thank everybody for supporting the Prepared Mind channel, the network, the rsyndicate.com, and our mission. And our mission is to wake up America, wake up people. Hey, no matter whether you're awake or asleep, shit has hit the fan. Whether you're awake or asleep, well, you better be a prepper. You better be prepared, and you guys are, and I want to thank you for coming here. And a big thanks to Mike, who did another great CashApp donation. He had a great question. So get your question in, Michael, if you're going to be able to attend today's live show. And if you want to attend today's live show, all you've got to do is be a $2 a month premium subscriber on thepreparedmind.club. Sign up there, and you will get alerts and notices when we go live every single day. Or you can be on subscribestar.com, and it's the same $2 a month, the same 7 cents a day. And you can be on live to help your fellow Americans wake up, to help them see what's happening, to help them realize the danger we're all in. Now, the Prepared Mind studios are under construction. There's a lot of work going on, so here we are. We might as well appear. You could hear bangs, booms, thunder. You could hear people in various languages screaming at each other, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. We'll be done with this, though, in a couple of days, and we'll have a pristine studio with great sound, great video, great content. But the content doesn't come from this construction dudes. No, it comes from you guys. So share your questions, your comments, your thoughts, your predictions, your historical observations, and let's get it on. I want to start with something political. Someone in Washington, D.C. has this to say, and this is the quote: "Order Tucker Carlson to stop spreading the big lie." Well, that came from none other than Senator Chuck Schumer, who says that Fox News needs to silence his hosts, or silence its hosts. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Chuck Schumer can fuck off. In fact, I don't think Tucker is saying enough about what is going on. Not nearly enough, folks, in my opinion. But it doesn't stop there. This wacky SHTF Wednesday doesn't stop there. There's a lot to talk about. So again, I want you to get prepared, right? Chance favors the prepared mind. That includes food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. It includes a plan to deal with your area. Here's you, 10-mile area around you. When shit goes wonky all the way, right, that is your SHTF zone. Now, if you bug out, you've got a secondary location, that zone is going to be, well, there. But until you get there, it's where you're at. And if you're traveling from here to there to your bug out zone bunker, guess what? All along the way, there's going to be assholes trying to make your day. So you must have a plan. But while we're waiting for that to come, and folks, shit has hit the fan and things get weird, have been weird, and I think are destined to get really weird, really dangerous. Between here and there, we need to wake people up and inform them. Let them know what the hell is going on. And that's why I tell you, right up there, internet address, share that. Text, write, email, even phone call people you know. Wake the fuck up. You think it's going to get better? It's not. You want to be hungry, or do you want to have some food? You want to be victimized, or do you want to have your own gun? Be your own bank, be your own supermarket, be your own, that's right, folks, your own police. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. You may even want to be your own doctor. It is, folks, a dangerous world with these people because you're not going to get the truth. Yes, we got another strike, but that's not stopping us today. No, sirree, Bob. We've got a lot to say, and we've sidestepped their strike. Karate chopped it, if you will. But they are coming for us, for the prepared mind. They're coming for you. They want to silence me, but they want you to be deaf and not hear me, not hear Tucker, not hear Mark Dice, not hear Sensible Prepper, not hear anybody on YouTube or the internet. Remember, the New York Times is now saying free speech on the internet, it needs to be eliminated. My thing is, why is free speech the enemy? Why does it need to be eliminated? I don't think it should be. But guess what? They think it should. They truly think that, folks. These scumbags in the media. They think that we should eliminate free speech. What do you think? An American, I mean, free speech is such a big part about being an American. Being able to give the bird to whoever you want, anytime you want, because that is America, and telling our authority figures that they actually work for us. Giving them our opinion, a piece of our mind. That is America. They want to stop it. They want to silence you. They're afraid of you. And they're afraid of me. And they should be afraid because we know the truth. We know the facts. Our free speech, our rights preempt the authority that we gave the government as the people through our contract known as the Constitution. And we can, and we should, at times, at the very least, revoke that authority from them. Take it all back and go, you guys got nothing. You're just itty-bitty, stupid government. And anyone who wants to argue the government isn't stupid, Biden, Hunter, Biden, Joe, Chuck Schumer, every social program that's failed, the southern border, the war efforts, our economy, it's all getting jacked up. And they want to make the argument that they know better. Give me a freaking break. Now, let us move on. And be sure, folks, be sure to pay attention. Be sure to get your questions in. If you're not subscribed to The Prepared Mind, if you're not subscribed to The Prepared Mind BC, John the Prepared Mind, and Prepared Mind John, go in the comment section. I'm sorry, not the comments. Go in the video description. Scroll to the bottom of it past all of the promotional stuff that The Prepared Mind is doing and find our 4 YouTube channels and subscribe, right? Always hit the thumbs up on every video. And, of course, hit the bell, the notification bell. Do that as well so that you get notified. I could get a strike on one channel, but that doesn't mean that my brother Jim or my brother Roger can't go on the other channels, if you know what I'm saying, do you? So the Prepared Mind is always available. People think I've disappeared. I didn't disappear. People think I shut up. Oh, no, can't shut me the fuck up. But they can try and silence one channel and we just pop up on another. Right? Like foot fungus. You can spray us, but we'll come back. Anyways, yeah, foot fungus. That's a great way to describe myself. Hey, everyone, I'm John. I'm foot fungus. Anyways, it is a construction zone and a little quiet for a few moments, which means we're about to get, well, we're about to get a blitzkrieg of noise. And speaking of blitzkrieg, that's a military term used by the Germans in World War II to describe their methodology of attack. Well, they're trying that over in Ukraine, folks. That's right. Do you remember? Oh, yeah, the Prepared Mind says that Ukraine is getting its ass kicked. Oh, it is. Have no doubts. It's getting its ass kicked bad. That means people are dying. That means Ukrainians are suffering in order to follow the orders of Voldemort. Mort means dead. Voldemort Zelensky, right? AKA Slobodan Zelensky. They're talking about how they were going to kick the stuffing out of the Russians. Well, guess what? We keep hearing that and how Ukraine is pushing the Russians back. And then we hear other news. So who do you believe? The mainstream media? I don't believe them. Do you believe Russian propaganda? No, I do not. So we have to take both of them, weigh them. to believe, or at least to get an idea of what is worth believing or what is worth listening to, and take into account what information we want to consider and call valuable. Now, and I say, and I recommend this for this entire show on every topic, listen, think for yourself, come to your own conclusions. So we had this big, well, Ukraine is pushing into Bakhmut and they're going to kick the stuffing out of the Russians. Well, Zelensky is now using the term strategic pullback from Bakhmut. They threw all kinds of people into that meat grinder, folks. All of their reserves. They threw a bunch of living human beings at the teeth of the Russian war machine. And now they're calling it a strategic pullback. It's a retreat, folks. Zelensky's got his tail between his legs. Well, he would, except he's probably got something else between his tail and his legs, if you know what I'm saying. The little fruitcake. It's terrible, folks. This is more like Ukraine is a strategic slaughter pullback. You know, in Russia, they're stupid. Russia doesn't understand military strategy. Folks, Russia has not bought into the new woke military. They haven't. Russia understands that Ukraine has committed serious atrocities against Russian citizens, and they're pissed about it. Russia doesn't have to believe the propaganda that, well, in order to have a good war, you need to have half of your soldiers be women, and half the men that are in half the military need to be wearing lipstick and fishnet stockings also. It's not working. That doesn't work. That's not how you win a war. And as awful as to say, Russia's going to teach that lesson to the West. And we all get to observe it, sadly. Sadly. And never forget, asking who benefits. Who benefits from this war? Who benefits whether the Ukraine army wins or loses? If they win, that's right, military-industrial complexes win too. Military-industrial complex corporations. If they lose, if Ukraine loses, the military-industrial complex corporations win. They win either way. No matter what, they are going to bolster and build as much as they can in the form of military bases, military support in the region for the next 20 years plus. Russia's evil. Russia's the enemy. I think everyone kind of gets that. I think we really do get it, right? That's what's going to continue to be there. That concept. All right. Let's do this, folks. Let's get into it. Let's see what else is out there on this whacked out SHTF Wednesday. Oh, this was great. This made me happy to hear. There's a girls' basketball team. And they got to the championship, folks, to the tournament. And guess what they did? Well, kind of like Voldemort Zelensky, they pulled back. They pulled out. Oh, wait. Zelensky, I'm sure, doesn't pull out. Little fruitcake. I'm sure he never pulls out. But this girls' basketball team, they withdrew from the tournament because they want to protest that there is a trans player who is dominating the games. Once again, folks, once again, a male who's a trans female decides they want to engage in women's sports so that they can be a hero. Talk about screaming for attention and competing in an arena where they're guaranteed to be awesome. Right? So, yeah, the Vermont Division 4 state tournament had one of the teams just say, you know what, we're not doing it. Right? And they said this, quote, "We believe playing against an opponent with a biological male jeopardizes the fairness of the game and the safety of our players." Oh, yeah. Yeah, males playing in women's sports. Trans females do what? Injure women around them. Because they're bigger, they're stronger, they're dominating. There you go. Right. Again, hockey, basketball, volleyball, name it, folks. Name it. Unbelievable. Yep. Nothing like a guy wearing lipstick and eyeliner playing sports to ruin women's sports. Now, speaking of people who are trans, guess what? Woody Harrelson is transitioned from being a left-wing Hollywood lunatic into being, well, a left-wing Hollywood lunatic who is not buying the cerveza-bug bullshit. And he has doubled down on his former statement. He's not backing off. He has now ruined his acting career. Woody Harrelson, son of one of the people arrested for assassinating John F. Kennedy. Oh, yeah, you heard me correctly. Woody Harrelson's dad was an assassin. Anyways, Woody Harrelson doubles down. He's not going to be acting anymore, folks. He went after the cerveza-bug mandates and said the U.S. is not a free country. Right? He did his 30-second bit on Saturday Night Live. And he said Big Pharma is a cartel forcing its drugs on people. Woo! Way to go, Woody. You know what? Tell you what. Kudos to Woody. You've ruined your career, buddy, but you've had a good one, right? And I like the fact that regular people might hear about this and go, Woody Harrelson said that? I thought that everyone on TV knew that the cerveza bug is real and the Jim Jones juice is healthy and you name it. You name it. Now, it is a wacky SHTF, folks. No doubt. Do you? Do you have any doubts? Our top story of the day, folks, is the run for mayor in Chicago, Illinois. That's right. One of the ugliest women to ever live and grace the seat of mayorship. Larry Beetlejuice Lightfoot is running against a field of candidates who want to be mayor in Chicago. Who would want to be mayor of Chicago? Literally. It is the murder capital of the country. Now, I know. Baltimore wants that title. I know they're in the running. And Philly, the city of brotherly love and brotherly murder, they want to be up there. New York City is really pushing to become the murder capital again. But no, Chicago is held on to that tightly because people like Mayor Larry Lightfoot, right, has had the policy of, castrating the police, essentially, and allowing gangs to run rampant, and, of course, blaming everyone else for it. So there's a smattering of candidates, and the top two from the primary run go on to do a runoff to see who gets the majority of votes. Well, guess what? Larry Beetlejuice Lightfoot did not finish in the top two. A sitting incumbent mayor that the city hates so badly that she didn't even get in the top two. I mean, guess who she blames? Does she blame herself for her shitty policies, which have resulted in, the city saying, we don't want you anywhere near us, bitch. Anyways, she blames her loss, not on her, I would say, frankly, her bad looks. I mean, I would think that if you put a gallon of milk in front of her and she were to look at it, it would curdle that milk in about 10 fucking seconds. She's an ugly, ugly, ugly woman, folks, on the outside. But truly, folks, her ugly goes to the bone. And she turns around and blames her loss on racism and sexism. Yeah, folks, she's blaming racism in Chicago. It's racist because she didn't make it, and that she's a woman, a black woman in America. That's right, a black woman in America won the seat for mayor in Chicago. She's had it. It's not like she's never been there, right? Yeah, she had it. She had her chance. She fucking blew it. because she is a complete disaster area, folks. And her policies have nothing to do with being black or being a woman or being a lesbian. Her policies have to do with being a stinking socialist, communist, anti-American douche. And she got her ass kicked. Thank God, and good for America. Woo! Thank you, Mr. T, for all the great transitions and stuff here. The show, folks, is taking on a just an incredible professional look. I know we've got a construction zone going today, and YouTube wants to silence us. But you and your efforts, your support of the channel and sharing that internet address up there, you taking advantage of your voice, your free speech, which includes phone calls, texts, emails, messaging, whatever you got, carrier pigeon, sending those messages up to Washington, D.C., folks, and telling them, you better uphold your oath and you better start doing your damn job, right? Protect America. Freedom is first. Government is second. Anyways, here we are, folks, and I want to thank you for being with us. Now, guess what? We have an important update. Reaching deep into the Pfizer files, Justin Bieber, the man known for his Bieber fever, right? He got sick a little while ago. He had some issues. And we speculated, we said, take a wild guess as to what is causing his persistent looking face, right? Justin Bieber has now canceled all of his 2023 tour dates. Yeah, the master of musical disaster, Justin Bieber, has a facial paralysis issue that is not going away. He is done. Yet another superstar, another celebrity, another, folks, entertainer. Take a wild guess. I want you to take a guess. Now, if you look at a picture of Justin Bieber with like one eye shut, and I'm not making fun of the guy. The guy looks fucked up. He looks like a character out of a movie that Adam Sandler would paint to look like a moron, so you laugh at him. I feel bad for Justin Bieber. The dude is rich. The dude's got all the Bieber in the world that he could ever want, right? He should be living la vida loca the rest of his life. Not going to happen, folks. His health is fucking ruined, and it's not going away. Could it be the Jim Jones juice? Remember, who was it? Ooman. Was it Katy Perry? We got Ooman in the background. Katy Perry had that eye tick where she's like, no, wait, this eye is the fucked up one. She's like, oh yeah, eye, and it would stay open, and then it shut again, and she's like, eh. And the claim was it was a stunt, right? That her twitchy eye while she was performing was just a stunt. That was Katy Perry, wasn't it, man? He's shaking. He's giving me the nod. Thanks, man. Yeah, Katy Perry's like, it's just a stunt. Facial paralysis. Another entertainer with issues, neurological, that means neuromuscular issues. That's right, Eric Clapton, another, actual real legend, Eric Clapton. Slow hand himself, says he's in constant pain, couldn't play the guitar. If you remember, folks, the early Jim Jones juice, one of the warnings was what? Well, you may lose control of your motor functions, your legs, your hands and feet, your facial muscles. Yeah, don't worry. After a couple of days, everything will be just fine. Well, when there's a problem with my computer and it reboots and it's all jacked up, they don't say, yeah, it'll take a couple of days to be fine. It's either fine or it's not. I don't want to take anything, folks, that paralyzes me or cripples me for 5 seconds, much less 5 hours or 5 days, 5 years of the rest of my freaking life. Justin Bieber signing off, right? He is done. He's cooked. Put a fork in him. And yeah, it had nothing to do with the Jim Jones juice. Right. I'm believing that. We're getting close to the end of my monologue, and we're going to get to your questions. So get them down below. Put them in all caps even. That way, Ooman can't miss them. We've got one heck of a fun show, folks. As fun as it can be in SHTF. I mean, right now, no one's shooting at me. That's a good thing. The economy's taking an absolute shit. Politics is stupid. The southern border's wide open, and the world leaders want World War III if they can get it. That's right. World War III if they can get it. So thank God for what we have right now. And it can be taken from us, folks, like that. And we all know it. So, I'm just an old guy. Just an old guy, I had a short run in the Marine Corps, right? I did not make a career out of it. But what I wanted to share with you is what real patriot veterans know and think, not just me. How about this? There is an American officer who retired. Not only is he an officer, but he is a general, right? Not just a little enlisted dude like me, but someone who's, college educated with a degree, served a career protecting America. And he has something to say that I think you'll find extremely valuable. U.S. retired General Spaulding. Right, Spaulding. Think he knows a little bit about the military? Now, this is why I say this is what real patriots say. He says, looking around, this is not America versus America, meaning Republicans versus Democrats. That's not what this is. This is America's enemies and a woke regime versus America. Now, that was a very fascinating statement when I read it. I thought, this guy is making a distinction, a serious, important distinction. It is not America versus America. It's not left versus right. It is freedom and country, United States of America, versus people who hate America. The enemies of America hate America. So who hates America in American politics? Democrats and rhino Republicans that want to destroy our freedoms and liberties, which is leading to more and more and deeper and greater SHTF, consequences, activities, actions, needing to prepare, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, yeah. Right. So I thought that was fabulous that this guy brought it up, and more veterans know this. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now, there is something that's going on. Another thing that is absolutely going on down in Florida, where for some reason they're having more than their fair share of, train derailments, explosions, fires, disasters, etc. We'll get into more of that probably a little later. But I want to end my section by talking about what is happening in Florida. Now, there's no guarantee this is going to pass, and it probably won't. But I'm going to tell you what, it's interesting to me. There is a Florida Republican lawmaker who wants to put a bill out to remove the Democrat Party. And it's called the Ultimate Cancel Act. State Senator Blaise Ingoglia would, quote, cancel any filing by any political party that supported slavery during the Civil War. And I thought this was interesting, right? He says the Democrat Party adopted pro-slavery stances in their party platforms. And this bill says that if you have done that in the past, then the Secretary of State should decertify and get rid of that party. That's the truth, folks. The Democrats love slavery. The Democrats also in the 1960s opposed the civil rights movement. Did you know that? Now, Nikki Fried, who is a Florida ding-dong, I think she wanted to run against DeSantis. I think she got her butt kicked. Right. She is the chairwoman of the Florida Democrat Party. She had this to say on YouTube. Thank you, Uman. She wrote this. Republicans want to cancel every culture except conspiracy rage fascism. Really? Who does that sound like? Nikki, you dim-witted, well, dimwit. It is Democrats who want to cancel everything except leftist, socialist, trans, fruitcake, LGB programs. All right, Oliver, I'll see you soon, buddy. Thank you, man. Yeah, this is what's going on, folks. I think it's great that we should cancel these people for what they do. How about canceling political parties that have any, shall we say, policies or platform stances that are anti-American and support the removal of our rights? You know, kind of like Beto. That's right, douchebag Beto, this guy.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore. Hell yes, hell yes, hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15. Hell yes, your AK-47. Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15.
Oh, hell no.
Hell yes.
That's right. You want to get rid of our rights? You're an anti-American. You are a fascist. You are a communist. You're out of here. And get rid of the entire party that supports that sort of mentality. Well, I don't think this bill is going to pass. I say ban communists, folks. It is an enemy of the country because it is a political party full of the enemies of America. I wish they could ban communism and ban the Democrats. I don't think it's going to happen, but I certainly find it to be an interesting political conversation to have. They want to cancel you. They want to cancel me because we talk, folks. We have our own opinions, right? We want a free country. Unbelievable. I think it's a great idea to get rid of them. They want to silence you. Why shouldn't we? Anyways, let's do this, folks. We're going to move on. We're going to go to Ask John Live. I want you to join the inner circle. The inner circle. And don't buy their Democrat propaganda anymore. Alrighty, you are now part of the inner circle if you're here live on the Prepared Mind channel. If you're a member of subscribestar.com, the Prepared Mind, or if you've gone to the preparedmind.club, your source for news, information, supplies, as well as becoming a premium member to support the movement. What is the movement? Prepping. Getting ready for more of this crap they're throwing at us. Anyways, let's do this. Let's start off with a statement, a question from Orlando. There he is. He has a statement. He says, with everything happening, the normalcy bias has kicked up and is running rampant. The need to prep is more important now than ever. What is normalcy bias? Well, if you are a human being and you're exposed to disaster after disaster after disaster, you start to think that disasters are normal. If you are exposed to government that lies and continues to lie, well, you start to live and accept those lies. It becomes the normal, right? Name anything normal, right? Or something that happens constantly, it becomes normalized. So here we are. Right? People are getting used to the government lying, violating their rights, screwing us over, opening the border. Why don't they just start inviting in foreign military? Oh, that's a great idea, huh? Let's just invite in foreign military and have it occupy our country and help in places like Chicago and Philadelphia and Baltimore. No thanks. Nor thanks. So I'm going to say this, right? It does make sense. It does make sense that, prepping now more than ever is important. You have to do it, folks. You have to do it. If you don't, you are, well, let me say this. How about if you let Chuck Schumer, he's the leader of the Senate Democrats. He's the leader in the Senate because they're the majority. Chuck Schumer, invite him to your house. Open all of your financial statements to them and say, Chuck, I want you to make all the decisions you can for me about, How much extra taxes I should pay? Oh, yeah. Biden wants to raise more taxes. Let's see. What else can Chuck do for you? Well, are you going to listen to him? And how should you invest your money? Where should you live? Would you do that? Would you let Chuck Schumer in your house? How about Nancy Pelosi? How about Paul Pelosi? Right? He wants to know where you keep all your hammers because he wants to go try them on for size. Right? Would you let Lori Lightfoot, Beetlejuice from Chicago, now that she's going to be unemployed as mayor or ex-mayor, would you let her in your house to tell you how to arrange your furniture, to teach your kids what is socially acceptable, what isn't, to tell you what is right and wrong? Because, Lori Lightfoot knows if you don't agree with her, then of course, you're a racist. Of course, you're against women and anti-LGB, whatever the hell they are. If you don't do exactly what they say. Right. The need to prep, more important now than ever. Thank you, Orlando. It's true. It has to be true because these people are idiots in charge, folks. They're not getting smarter. They're making worse and worse decisions. So to me, the choice is obvious. Now, moving on to chin music. He wants to continue. John Beetlejuice. He just says, John, Beetlejuice got smacked last night. What are the chances she'll be the Democrat nominee in 2024? They always fail upwards. That used to be known as the Peter Principle, Mr. Music. What is the Peter Principle? It is you are promoted to your level of incompetence. This is actually seen, folks, in both large corporations and in politics. Like a large corporation, they've got a problem employee. How do you get them out of your department? Well, you promote them upwards. Hey, that guy's great. You need to get him upstairs. He'll really fix things. And then they got that guy. They promoted him. He is now out of our way. We can get some work done. Actually, that happens. Doubt me? I'm going to use Beetlejuice herself as an example. Her policies in Chicago have been a nightmare. The murder rate, the crime rate, drugs, prostitution, children being shot while they're in their living rooms or their bedrooms sleeping by people just driving by, just lobbing bullets everywhere. Right? Chicago. People have been fleeing Chicago for years since Beetlejuice took over. Moving away because it is a Democrat shithole. Do you think she was really smart until she got elected to Chicago and then she became a blathering, retarded idiot? Or do you think she's always been that way and they just keep going, well, run for a higher office and let's see if your stupid policies work there? Who else have we got in that kind of position? Failing upwards. That's right, folks. The Vice President of the United States, Camel Toes Harris, who worked her way up into California politics from her knees. That's right, folks. She now stands on her own 2 feet. But it wasn't long ago that she was on her knees, making progress politically that way. She's failed her way all the way to the White House. Great example, I think. And none other than Joe Biden, who has been a blithering idiot. And he made it into politics in the great state of Delaware. A lot of people don't even know Delaware is a state. I feel bad. I know the Delaware Patriots out there going, why? Yeah, he started as a congressman, became a U.S. senator, bumbled and fumbled his way through that. I think in, was it 1996? Wasn't there an issue with Tara Reid and Senator Biden? Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's it's bullshit. Don't believe women. Well, unless it's complained about a Republican. Anyways, Biden gets elected. He gets promoted. He failed his way up to vice president and then failed his way into the presidency. He had a failed political campaign in 2020, and he still won. What a fucking miracle. What a miracle. I tell you, folks, it's amazing. Things that fail that continue. Right? I'm waiting to see if, someone falls through the fucking roof on me. All right. I've been known to hang out around construction sites, and interesting. Now, failing your way up. Isn't it interesting how corporations can fail as well? Not just with personnel, but with their policies. For example, Discover, and I want to thank Christine B. Hanna for this one. Discover card, starting in April, folks, is going to report gun and ammo buyers. Does that sound like a great idea to you? Yeah, if I had a Discover card, and I don't, they've offered it to me and I've refused. I told them, go fuck themselves. No, thank you. Yeah, they're going to start reporting gun and ammo purchases. This is not a good start, folks. Not a good start. I mean, speaking of guns and ammo, this just popped up. Literally just popped up in the last few minutes. In Michigan, the Rhino Republicans are going to start pushing and prodding and pulling on other Republicans because they think that they should ban guns on behalf of the left-wing governor, the Democrat governor, right? They have the thinnest, folks, tiny majority, yet somehow the Rhino Republicans are going to try and take away their guns. Does any of this make any sense? It doesn't make a lick of sense to me. But yeah, failure. You can fail your way to the top. Only in America. That's right, folks. Only in America. Get your questions in. Put them in all caps. All caps. Because I've got two more here. And then I'm going to see what else has popped up into our section. So let's go to here. Let's go to Mr. X. He says, John, we have all these people coming into the United States to be free. What I don't get, we have people trying to change our laws. I say, if you don't like all laws, go back to your country. It is amazing, folks, that from Pakistan and India and nations in Africa and Asia and South America, people come to America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, a place where there's great opportunity, great opportunity. So why the fuck do they come here and try changing our country into a socialist shithole? Like that idiot, whatever her name is, up in Seattle, that actually opened up City Hall and allowed protesters in. Don't know why she wasn't arrested for that. But that's what they're doing. See, they don't really come here to be free anymore, Mr. X. You're operating on an old paradigm, the one that I grew up with, which was people want to come to America. It is the land of opportunity, and it is a place where you can be free. They don't come here anymore to be free. They come here for free stuff. They come here for free government benefits, free government handouts, free housing, free medical care, free transportation. That's what they're here. It's a different kind of free, Mr. X. And it is one that is extremely un-American. Un-American. Yeah, so they are here to destroy America. That's correct, folks. Anyways, it is a great topic. Thank you, Mr. X, for bringing that up and allowing me to, well, carry on. Okay. Well, I want to get over this. What is our country about? Well, America, Canada, and even Australia were places where, where Europeans, especially the Anglos, English, Scottish, and Irish, they headed out first. Now, Canada, of course, has their French population, the French Canadians, but largely Anglo countries, to get free. Well, now this is what freedom is, folks. Well, freedom is being able to expose children to sexually explicit attitudes, behavior, clothing, and it's disgusting. This whole drag queen thing is disgusting. Well, up in Canada, very similar to America, Canada, a pastor there, that is to say, a religious leader, a Christian, was removed from a drag queen story hour that was held in a public library. Public library was hosting a drag show, an all ages drag show. And it was called, get this, Reading with Royalty. Who's the royalty? You're telling kids, hey, let's go to Reading with Royalty. A child might have an idea in their head that it's a king or a queen or a prince or a princess who is going to be doing the reading. Instead, it's a drag queen. So reading with royalty, royalty refers to a queen of the drag sort, which means a man with his testicles jammed up between his butt cheeks so he can pretend to be womanly. You can still have a beard, though. But you better have your face pied up like a fucking circus clown and your hair teased up like a hooker. Anyways, this pastor was removed. Derek Reamer was pissed off as a member of the clergy because he heard that the library wanted to have a drag queen story hour. He believed that it was exploiting children who are vulnerable to this type of thinking, right? Children look to adults as authority figures, right? Children break the rules and get in trouble, and that's how they learn right from wrong. You can be told right from wrong, and then you see right from wrong demonstrated, right? It was bad. You shouldn't have stolen that cookie. You didn't ask, right? So the child learns you don't take cookies without asking. You ask permission. You be polite. May I be excused? Let me get the door for you. You know, manners, social manners. So what are they learning? Go have some freak, some guy with a hairy chest and boobs, and let him twerk in front of your face. Great idea. Letting children know or believe that that is normal behavior. Look out. So, a fellow Calgarian, is that what they're called? Oh man, is someone from Calgary a Calgarian? Anyways, this also person from Calgary filmed a video which opened, folks, with the pastor being restrained by, well, groomers. That is, people who want children exposed to drag queens. And then the pastor was arguing with them. And he was taken outside physically and tossed to the ground. It used to be that if you were in a library and a drag queen came in wearing lingerie, they would be physically restrained, removed, and tossed out. Now, folks, it is clergy. Men of the cloth, or women of the cloth, if you will. You're not allowed, folks, to stop these fruitcakes from exposing themselves to kids. I went outside and told everyone. I literally went outside, got everyone's attention, and said, hey, you're all fired, thinking that they would just go away. I guess not. I guess they didn't believe me. Unbelievable. Now, this is another big story. I've got more, folks. I've got more. I heard that. I don't understand Spanish real well, but I understood that. Guess what? Elon Musk, right, had something to say about the Wuhan lab leak. That's right. Am I allowed to say Wuhan? Is saying Wuhan bad? Is that dangerous in America to say Wuhan? Well, the Chinese Communist Party is now threatening Elon Musk. What are they threatening him with? Well, folks, Elon Musk wants to sell his Tesla cars in China. I'm sure he wants to have portions of his automobile made in Chinese factories. But he wants to say that there is a Wuhan lab leak report. I don't know if that's true. Perhaps we should ask. Perhaps we should ask, right? Dr. Fauci. I'm sure he would tell us the truth, right? He wouldn't fucking lie to us 10 times in a row. What do you mean, John? What do you mean he lies 10 times in a row? Yeah, does he lie?
Was it a mistake in so many states and so many localities to see schools closed as long as they were?
Well, I don't want to use the word mistake.
Well, did we pay too high a price?
There will be deleterious collateral consequences, collateral consequences, collateral consequences. If you go back, and I ask anybody to go back over the number of times that I've said we've got to do everything we can to keep the schools open, no one plays that clip. They always come back and say Fauci was responsible for closing schools. I had nothing to do. The schools should be closed. I had nothing to do. The schools should be closed. I had nothing to do. The schools should be closed. Particularly in areas where there's community spread, the schools should be closed.
Yeah, I trust that guy. Yeah, I wouldn't believe Elon Musk. I would believe the little liar. Anyways, Elon Musk now has a choice. He's been threatened by the Chinese Communist Party. He could lose a lot of business, folks. Tesla could become a much less profitable company. His product, well, it would be nice if it wasn't made in China. It was made in America instead. Anyways, Elon Musk is now facing some more questions. He's really stepped into the limelight with his purchase of Twitter. And he's made his case known. Hey, Elon Musk, how about freedom and liberty first? You became an American. You came to America. You took an opportunity, right? You came to America. You want freedom and liberty, or do you want communists and silence? It's down to integrity now for Elon Musk. Do you stand with truth and fact? Do you stand with righteousness and decency? Or do you sell out? It's a tough choice, folks. What do you think Elon Musk is going to do? Just a question, just a little question, right? Let's do this. Let's move on to Blue Cord Devil. I hope everything's good in your world. Really, I hope everything's good in your world. He says this. He's got a statement. Another metal refinery went up in flames today near Cleveland, Ohio. Destruction of our ability to produce parts for the military? I don't know. Metal refinery. Folks, there's a lot of metal refineries. And there's a lot of machine shops. And there's a lot of manufacturing that still exists in the United States of America. I really would like to see that return to greatness. I don't think it's going to happen. Not overnight. Certainly not overnight. But it can happen. It really can. I don't like seeing all of this, these factories catching fire. I mean, all of a sudden, in a metal refinery where you've got heavy machinery, a lot of electricity, probably a lot of natural gas being used, a lot of hot stuff going on, right? Molten metal, machining metal, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It went up in flames. Are you telling me that once again, they left barrels of oil and barrels of gasoline and barrels of tar laying around near all these hot things so they can catch on fire and just burn out of control? Did everyone in business become as retarded as everyone in Washington, D.C. in the last year and start turning off their fire suppression systems, turning off their smoke alarms? I know a refinery probably has a lot of smoke and stuff, and so smoke alarms, it's kind of hard to keep from going off. Yet, though, right, fire is a huge issue. It is. It has to be. Right? Fire is a huge issue. It's a part of all businesses. Fire escapes. The fire escape route marked out. Fire suppression systems, they have to be certified. Certified on an annual basis at the very least, if not more frequently. You've got to get a fire department to come out and inspect, right? Do fire safety checks. They've got to inspect every single fire extinguisher. Everything has to be tagged, at least on an annual basis, proving that everything works. That's been my experience. I tell you, unbelievable. I want to thank Mr. Skylight for continuing to support the channel by providing lots of information. And he has this, right? Has this. Let's see, European BASF layoffs. What does that mean? Well, it means we got all kinds of problems, folks. Businesses in America, businesses in Europe shutting down. Not just from fires and explosions and sabotage from within by the boards, all of these woke ESG boards driving businesses. Yeah, it's going to destroy, folks, the whole world, not just America. These people cannot stop doing what they're doing. I want to hit you with this. This is great. This is incredible. When I heard and saw this, right, I thought, what the hell is going on? There's a woke doctor. Oh, yeah. Well, there's plenty of them, folks. Just because someone's a doctor does not mean they're smart. It does not mean they're intelligent. It doesn't mean they're genius. What it means is they were able to suffer their way through medical school. Now, Dr. Deepti Gurdasani. Dr. Deepti Gurdasani is a doctor. She got the Jim Jones juice several times. Always wears her masks. Had a meltdown because she got her cerveza bug diagnosis. Whoopsie daisy, got cerveza bug? Yep, she is, folks. Get this. A clinical epidemiologist got cerveza bug after getting the Jim Jones juice, right? 6 times. 6 times, right? Wears the mask, right? She calls herself an intersectional feminist. What that means is she is a certified cock hater. She has pronouns. And she let everyone on Twitter know them. And she considers herself an expert. Now, I have problems with experts. I do. I have a problem with experts. When an expert says that they know what's going on and they fail, they're not an expert anymore. If someone says they're an expert mechanic and their car breaks down constantly, they're not an expert. They're just tinkering with cars. If you know that, it's just the way it is. If someone says they're a gardening expert and you go by their house and everything is dead and brown, you're like, you're not an expert. You can claim to be an expert, but you're not. Now, I am not an expert, and I have not taken the Jim Jones juice nor the juice boosters. And I'll tell you what, I haven't got cerveza bug. Not to my knowledge. Does that make me an expert or just lucky? Tell you what, I'll choose being lucky over being one of these fucking experts. Right? And by the way, Dr. Deepti Gurdasani, a clinical epidemiologist, she wanted healthy Americans to, well, surrender all freedoms. Period. I'm sure she's the type of person, if you ask her, she'll tell you, yeah, everyone should be mandated to take the Jim Jones juice. Folks, woke experts are morons. What they by being a woke moron, they pronounce to the world that they're not an expert in anything and that they are shills and mouthpieces and morons. Thank you, Blue Cord Devil, very much for that nice message in the message section. We're at the end of the show. I don't like the end of the show because there's a lot to do. There really is. And I want to end with this. World War III has started. The military is falling apart. Policies regarding Ukraine, China, Russia, and all other countries are just failing. The Air Force has fired 2 of their commanders, 4 leaders at North Dakota, because they have a, quote, loss of confidence in their ability to complete their assigned duties. Why did the military today choose to point to their officers at this North Dakota base and say that they have lost their confidence in them? Are they too straight? Are they too normal? Are they normies? Are they too hetero? Meaning they're not willing to drop the bar of soap in the shower, if you know what I mean. Is that the problem with them? See, today that sounds like probably what they think, right? They're just I don't know. They're just too straight. Anyways, we also have, and I want to end this, Angel sent a 7.62 super chat donation in. I want to thank Angel as well as Mike. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, and everyone else. Try not to say everyone's name, but I want to let you know it's you guys that support this channel. Keep me here. Keep Jolene in the lap of, well, luxury and dealing with everything that is prepared mind. Isn't it amazing, folks? Isn't it absolutely amazing? Everything that's going on, and here we are continuing to fight for freedom and liberty. I say we start supporting freedom and liberty, and we stop supporting corrupt oligarchs in the Ukraine. That'll do it for today, folks, and hopefully tomorrow is less loud. Less loud. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Godspeed. Semper Fi. Aren't you glad you're a prepper? Let everyone know. Come to this website address and watch these videos. Hey, watch the commercials. That also gives a few nickels, pennies, a couple of shillings, if you will, to our cause. I'll see you guys later.